2 decades of war, countless sacrifices, and then, secret agreements on the negotiation table. Did America really bow before the Taliban? Let's uncover the hidden story that history tried to bury. Friends, in the last episode, we saw how the leadership of the Taliban not only survived critical challenges, but with wisdom and patience, stabilized itself. But now a new chapter begins. The story of the Qatar talks. Did America really admit defeat? Or was there a deeper game? Let's find out today. The road to negotiations, not surrender, but strategy. When the Taliban recaptured many areas of Afghanistan and the US began to realize that the war could not be won by force, secret contacts were initiated between the two sides. These contacts first started through intermediaries, and eventually led to the establishment of the Taliban political office in Qatar in 2013. Remember, this office was not an easy achievement. It was a bold step to prove that the Taliban were not just a militant force, but a political and diplomatic entity as well. Behind this move were leaders like Mullah Akhtar Mansour and Sirajuddin Haqqani, who understood that wars are not only fought on the battlefield but also on the table of negotiations. In Qatar, the Taliban put forward clear demands. 1. Complete withdrawal of foreign forces from Afghanistan. Removal of Taliban leaders' names from blacklists. Release of Taliban prisoners. Recognition of the Islamic identity of Afghanistan. On the other hand, the United States had its own priorities. Prevention of terrorist attacks from Afghan soil. A ceasefire with the Taliban. Dialogue between the Taliban and the Kabul government. But one thing was clear. America had come to negotiate not from a position of strength, but from a compulsion. The Taliban's unwavering resistance had forced the world's greatest military power to sit across the table. However, many observers believed that the US was not entirely sincere. They say that the US wanted to divide the Taliban leadership through negotiations, to create rifts, and to weaken the movement internally. Sometimes fake promises were made, sometimes talks were deliberately delayed. The Taliban, however, moved with extreme caution. They did not show haste, did not bow down under pressure, and maintained their core demands throughout the negotiations. Finally, on February 29, 2020, a historic agreement was signed between the US and the Taliban in Doha, Qatar. Key points of the agreement. America agreed to withdraw all its forces within a specific timeline. Taliban pledged not to allow any group to use Afghan soil against the US and its allies. The path was opened for intra-Afghan dialogue. This agreement was, in fact, a moral and political victory for the Taliban. Without surrendering, without compromise, they forced a superpower to retreat. Was the US really defeated? Many American analysts say that this was an organized retreat, not a defeat. But the reality on the ground told a different story. Billions of dollars spent, thousands of lives lost, 20 years of efforts, and still the Taliban returned stronger. If this was not a defeat, then what was it? After the Doha Agreement, the Taliban returned to Kabul in 2021. But today, their real challenge is how to maintain internal unity, how to develop the economy of the war-torn country.
How to secure a dignified place in the international community?
The leadership of Maulvi Hibatullah, Mullah Yaqub, and Sirajuddin Haqqani is trying to navigate Afghanistan through these rough waters. Only time will tell how successful they will be.
Friends.
If you want to continue exploring such hidden aspects of history with us, then immediately like this video, because your support is our strength. Comment your thoughts below. Your opinions are our guiding light. And subscribe to the channel, because this platform is not just about information, it's about raising a voice for truth. Stay tuned, because in the next episode we will talk about why did the Taliban capture Kabul without fighting? What were the hidden agreements? And what was the secret plan behind the scenes?
The real story is coming soon. Don't miss it.
Until then, peace, wisdom, and courage be with you.